Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Enough Said podcast. We are in season 6, episode 20. We got the Eagles offseason mess, the NFL direction and where they're going with overseas games. We got Pro Bowl talk. We got Super Bowl predictions. And to get everybody fired up, the QB board. All right, let's do it, Trey. What up, fellas?
What's
Hey,
up?
hey, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
What's
up?
We're in
Man,
the freezing zone.
Super Bowl Eve.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Super Bowl Eve. This is it. And then next week, everybody gets to laugh at us because of our predictions, which are going to be
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be very interesting because there was just so much that at the midpoint when we kind of a recap, we're kind of like, yeah, that prediction's out the window, and then by the end of the season, you find out, no, that actually was right. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And yo, user's back. What up, user?
User is here.
What up,
User, please tell us your name. Please tell us your name. Come on, buddy.
User.
We don't bite. We glad you're on though. We don't want to call you user.
Well, he wrote yo backwards, so
All right, let's bring in the normal crew. We'll introduce him as always. So this guy, his man Brock, will have to get ready and pack all of his paraphernalia because the 49ers are on their way and headed to Australia. What up, Mike?
Yeah. What's up? I
You
mean,
got your ticket?
yeah, right.
Long flight there.
Yeah, how much
man.
that's gonna cost? It's 16 hours from the West Coast. You know,
Wow.
from here it's like 20 something hours.
Yeah.
And it's insane. And they haven't announced the schedule yet. I'm assuming that the game's going to be like a Saturday or a Friday or something, one of them kind of weird days, and then they'll go into a bye week the next
Right.
week, and then play probably like that Sunday or Monday because they gotta give them enough time to recuperate. Man, they can't just fly over there and come back in a day and then play the next week. That's crazy.
Yeah, once it gets that over with, that's almost like a 2-week bye that they actually have. You're right.
Yeah.
They can't come back and play that following Sunday, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
and they need it. I mean, it's almost a day just lost getting there. I mean, this is
Yeah.
body acclimated. I mean, I don't know anybody that goes to Australia or New Zealand or any of that side of the country that's like, yeah, I'm going for at least 2 weeks because it's going to take you at least 2-3 days just to get acclimated to being there, and then to come back, you take a couple of days to get situated here. And it's crazy, but
True.
They're making plays.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens. We'll talk about the direction the NFL is going. We talked about it a little bit last week, and 18 games now. Every team plays an overseas game. We'll talk about that. That's where they're heading, guys. It's going to be international.
18 seasons, but you got to, Sal. You got to implement that bye week. You got to implement 2 bye weeks if everybody's got to be playing out of across the no man's land. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's not gonna be nobody left.
Especially week.
Everybody
the playoffs,
they're
man.
gonna be all broken up, man.
I know,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Died.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like there's a lack of talent already.
Exactly.
The depth of some of these
And the
teams,
depth.
players get hurt, and teams can have such a drastic fall off unless they got like really good coaching that coach up inexperienced people. But if you don't have that, and man, I don't know, NFL is going thin. But yeah, like I said, we'll talk about that.
Yep.
Yeah, NFL turned into the NBA, fellas.
Money.
This next guy down in Atlanta, the man keeps going to bed early and earlier, which is okay. What else would you expect from this old man on his birthday?
Yeah.
What else? Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
I just got back from Top Golf with some friends and all that stuff, and
there you go.
I tweaked something in my hip. When I tried to get up to turn the light on, I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm surprised you didn't hear me. I thought y'all heard me through the mic. I'm like, "Oh shoot!"
Now he's really getting old, man. The man's really getting old now. He's tweaking the hip to turn the light on. You know you're in trouble,
54
man.
ain't no joke, man. That's serious.
5-4. Wow.
I guess the weather's all right down there. If you got able to go to Top Golf.
Yeah, we was about 56 degrees today.
Okay.
But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. They had their heaters on and all that stuff. So and then, us as people with the body heat, you know what I'm saying? So it's about 15 of us, So but it was all good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This last guy, the way the Eagles are going, the man has been manic. He thinks the team is sinking quicker than the Titanic. There he is, right?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? Yeah, Jermaine, I hit the panic button, so I expressed. Yeah, we'll be talking about me.
You like hit it like it's not working. Like
I know.
It's working.
Yeah, right.
We can't even get.
He's just
It's red.
Look, it reminds me. It reminds me how me and Dre used to go and war against Madden, right? And it's like if I'm beating him real bad, right? All you hear is this. That's all you hear.
The controller going all over the place.
Yeah, looking all over that panic button. Like I always said,
yes.
I got in his head.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that. Just quick comment before we do from user. I guarantee you're going to see people in the IR from the stomach virus on these overseas games.
Yeah. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring me something back. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. Who knows, man?
Take your shots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Niners always played in Mexico City, and they somehow came back all right. They always say not drinking the water.
It's in Australia, man. This is down under. Down and under when you get back.
Yeah.
With something.
Now virus or something.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Probably get on the plane. That's when we were gonna get it from. That long plane ride. One person gonna sneeze and everybody else is gonna get something.
No air in the airplane.
Wow. All right, well, let's get into the panic because I know everyone's going to talk about it. Eagles, no question, guys. There is an overhaul going on offensive side of the ball, big time, from coaches, maybe players next. It looks like potentially 2 Eagles offensive linemen are down. Obviously, Dickerson, Lane Johnson might retire. Stout's out. You got Sean Mannion coming in, making his own guys. You got the new offensive passing game coordinator now. So big overhaul, guys. Liking it, not liking it. And I was Dre and I were talking about this too. Like, what are the expectations for this team? Like, what should we expect from that? I mean, you're asking a second-year coach who's never called plays to come in and then lead them to the Super Bowl. So you just punting next year and doing a mulligan, or what are we expecting from this?
I honestly believe we just got to get out of our heads. We ain't going nowhere. There's just no Super Bowl, nothing like that. This is all right. I'm gonna be fair. I see some things like what we have to do to get this team back on track. And yes, you clean house. 2, I'm not liking the way they're cleaning house to see how the Eagles going to be a good contender for next season. So 1, let me just talk about Jeff Stoutland. Jeff Stoutland has been here for 13 years. One of the best offensive lineman coaches in the NFL, the co-creator of the push tush. And then he got demoted this past season, and Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni took over the play calling for him. So he announced this past week, you know what? I'm out. You take this veteran guy, he knows what he's doing, and I don't say you can't blame him for what was going on with all the offensive line. He's probably doing his best thing we do. We're only outside looking in, And then remember, you had Cliff, the defensive assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
We saw how he got into a confrontation when Carter got in trouble, and then Nick went over to him, and then he got in between. The defensive line coach Clint is his name. Got in between them. I'm like, when do you ever see a coordinator disrespect or just say get in front of a head coach? You've never seen it like that before. So I don't know what else is going on in-house, but it's not good. I really believe the house is divided between coaches are with Nick Sirianni and coaches who are not. And that's a huge problem. And I'm not seeing how this guy coming in going to change anything for the upcoming season that we're going to be a Super Bowl contender. Everybody get that out of your head. It's not going to happen. We are not going to get no Super Bowl. We might not even get an NFC championship. Maybe not even the daggone division. I don't like the direction where it's going when you got veteran people leaving, and then now Nick Sirianni's starting to get his team together. It kind of reminds me back in the days of Chip Kelly, honestly. You know, D Jack was unhappy. What did he do? Gone. All right. AJ is not happy. He's probably going to be gone. I mean, I know I'm rambling, guys, but I'm just saying I don't like the direction the Eagles are going, and I'm very disappointed in what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, there's two things here I think to dig into. Number one, they're obviously out with the old. They want a whole new system in place. They're sending a message saying we want somebody with fresh ideas. We want a more modern offense that we're going to run that's more like Sean McVay, that's been successful. And these guys can't do it. Stout is not built that way. And is AJ Brown built that way? They're going to have to evaluate that. Is Jalen Hurts built for that type of offense? They're going to have to evaluate that. So I think they know they need a new direction. You know, Howie did the same thing to the defense a year or two ago. He got rid of coaches. He brought in all younger players. He's going to do the same thing, I think, to the offense this year. So a lot to chew on here. Mike, Big Dom next. Who's going to leave next?
I don't think Big Dom going to leave. Man, I'm not sure who's going to leave. I mean, I think at this point, you know, I guess we'll see what they do when free agency comes up. And, you know, if they got money to go out and get players, what kind of players do they get? What kind of players do they maybe trade or leave? You know, it's hard to say right now. I understand what you're saying about going in a different direction. I mean, it's business. You know, there's tons of businesses that do this every day, you know, that will just have to switch things up. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting success. Eventually, you know, people catch up to that. So Howie could just be 2 steps ahead of the game, and it just doesn't seem like it. But, you know, you've seen Belichick do this stuff too when he used to get rid of people. And you're like, why did he do that? And then you see 2 years later why he did it. So this might be that time to make that pivot. We'll have to see, though. If it were to work out, you know, the fans are going to let them know.
Jermaine is Saquon. He's a fit for this offense. Who knows? You know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, before I even get into what I'm going to say is we all agree that Nick is on. It's not even hot. It's flaming. You know what I mean? It's flaming right now. You know, so whatever was going on in that locker room or whatever was going on in that organization, Nick is on top of the list. All right, but I totally agree with y'all because I thought I was just going to come into a freaking nightmare. That's like, yo, what the? But y'all hit it right on the button. Out with the old, in with the new. I don't think Stoutland could, you know, Stoutland could keep up. I was upset when I did hear that. I was upset. But then you think about it, you know, who was the run coordinator? This is my question to y'all. Who was the run coordinator last year when Saquon went for 2,000 yards? And I know he wasn't going to get that this year. You know what I mean? But, you know, he struggled to get that. Okay, so where did he go? So you give it to Stoutland, and then where were we at? Where was we at this year with Saquon? Where's we at? And I understand that the O-line was beat up and this, that, and the other, but where we at? See, Stoutland has got to take some kind of accountability too. Now, I don't like how they disrespected him. That's when I'm pissed off about Nick. Because Nick had no business doing whatever you're doing. This man put in for 13 years, and then you want to play him like that because you got your butt buddy Patullo, you know what I mean, by your side? You think you guys are going to go run this show? No, that's 100. Not going to happen.
Yes.
You got to bring in the man that's been in there for 13 years, keep him together. You know what I'm saying? And give him understanding. But when you do that, that's when I have a problem, Nick.
Yeah.
That's when I have a problem. Yeah. And you got every right to be on this hot seat. But with this O-line and all that stuff, Stoutland's got to take some kind of accountability. He's old school, just like Vic Fangio. You know what I mean? And, you know, like you said, guys, it's going to catch up. That tush push got caught up to us. You know what I mean? And that, you know, the same old thing is out with the old, in with the new. You know, everybody just needs to just calm down We didn't even have the Super Bowl yet. The all season haven't even started yet, and everybody's just, oh my God, what is going on there? How they did this? Yeah, they disrespected Stoutland. They did. But you know what? I'm going to give these people a chance because, like I said, the all season hasn't started yet. It hasn't started.
Right.
You got to see what is going to happen. You know what I mean?
I will hold on 2 seconds. I agree. I agree. What you said,
Yeah.
out with the old, in with the new. But I disagree because it's Nick. You see what I'm saying? It's Nick. Okay, because the following year, after 2017, when we won. You know, what's the name was out. I mean, Doug Peterson got us a good. You know, we won the Super Bowl and all that stuff. But then when Nick came in, we all said, "What the? You know, who's this guy? He's from Colts. Okay, he's some kind of rah-rah coordinate. Staff quality or something assurance with athletes."
Mhm.
So to me, okay, he's not even none of call plays. All right, make a long story short, what I'm trying to say is that I'm concerned about how are we going to pick and how it's going to go under Nick, and that's why I'm thinking it's going to be a disaster. Like I said, I agree with the old, out with the old and with the new, but it's just not. It's not going in the right direction.
Nick is not running the show, Dre. I'll tell you that right now.
I think he is.
No, he's not. No, Howie is not that stupid to just sit up there and just give him the complete ride. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because he was not involved in that same whatever it. I still can't get his name right. Mannion, whatever the hell he is. Yeah, I can't even get his name right.
Minion,
you know what I mean? So, he wasn't involved in that. Nick knows that he's on the hot seat. All he is a rah-rah coach. That's it. That's a rah-rah. And I believe if Howie hit this right, Sam's probably gonna be your next coach. You know what I mean? Young guy, you know what I mean? Energetic. You know, let's see what he can bring to the table. But yeah, Nick is not going to make it to next year, and it's probably going to. And Jalen's right behind him. You know, Jalen's right behind him. Yes, he gave us a Super Bowl. Yes, he's smart, but I don't. You don't know. You have no idea. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, Nick is not running this. I'm telling you, I promise you, Dre. Nick is not running this thing. He is not running this show.
He may not be right, but I think he has to have a pretty significant hand in it. I mean, I think if you're going to be a hot seat coach, I mean, I think, if you work for somebody and someone's going to put you on a hot seat, the first thing you're going to say, well, I need to have my own people then, and if I'm going to fail, let me fail at least with the people I wanted, not the people that you want as my boss, So, I mean, I think Nick probably did have some say in probably changing Stoutland, probably get Mannion in and some of these other things, because it's like, look, if I'm on a hot seat, I'm going to go down fighting. I'm not just going to sit here and have you guys give me a bunch of guys that I don't want or not used to. So, yeah, I mean, I think Nick probably does have a say this year. I think this is probably him getting a chance to prove something.
If he does have a say, it's very minimal, man. It's very minimal, because Howie's not going to let one man wreck this whole shit, because he learned his lesson from Chip Kelly. He let Chip destroy this whole freaking team.
Yes.
LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, all those guys. You probably could have had a Super Bowl way before we had our first one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We should have been on our third, maybe our fourth one. If Howie didn't let, Howie's not letting him. That's just my opinion. Howie's not letting this guy run this shit. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's growing pains, but let's just see, and KD said on the text thread, the all season didn't even haven't started yet. Let's just see what's going to happen. And let's just make our own judgment in the middle of the season, or just like you said, Mike, free agency. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's going to happen? What's going to happen with AJ Brown? What's going to happen with Jalen? And you know what? Saquon is not even, because he's even on the thing. You don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And once the dust falls, you know what I mean? Then I think we can just make our judgments like, yeah, you know what? And you're right, Dre. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. They're not. They're not going to the Super Bowl. They'll make the playoffs, but they're not going to the Super Bowl. I wasn't even thinking about them, even after the season was over, that they was going to the Super Bowl.
Playoffs? You thinking playoffs? I'm not thinking playoffs.
Yeah, it's time to think about it right now.
They have next year. Not what
I look at right now. Even the two teams in the current Super Bowl, I don't look at as.
Oh my God!
Next year. I'll say real quick on the Eagles situation, though. I can understand some of the panic because this the names of the people who are considering leaving or have rumors and all that kind of stuff are key people. And even though they're older guys, you know, not with the old and with the new kind of things, the quality of the older guys that are leaving does give you some pause to make you think, man, are they really hanging it up because they're tired, or are they hanging it up because of other factors like this place sucks to work at now, you know? So that's the only concern where I see where Dre's coming from with some of the panic is that you got guys who are loyal, you got guys who kind of bleed green. And, you know, when you see guys like that disappear, you have to say, man, what's wrong? Is it, you know, that they just want to go fishing, or, you know, are they kind of getting run out the building, or just think the culture of the building just sucks and they just don't want to be there no more?
It's a business.
Can I ask you guys a question? Can we, as far as Eagle fans, the stuff that we saw this year, can we go in there the same thing next year? No, you can't. And I just
absolutely not. No.
Yeah, and I just feel that, you know what I mean? Older people get stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? And they try to force it to make it work. Nothing against Stoutland. It's probably past your time, dude. That's just all I'm saying. You know, and maybe not. And maybe I'm wrong. That's just my opinion. But when you get fresh young legs in there or a fresh mind in there, you know what I mean? And that's been around the McVays, they've been around the Shanahans, and been around in all over the place. Why not? Why not take that gamble? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
I see where you're coming from, Jermaine. And I mean, it's like I see both ways because, you know, especially when it comes to Mannion, you know, because I mean, it's like if you worked on the job and you see like someone like show up that has like no experience, all of a sudden they're like your boss or your equivalent, you're like, this doesn't make sense, you know. And that's kind of a little bit with Mannion coming in, that, you know, dude wasn't even coaching until 2 years ago, and now he's like from assistant to quarterback coach to defensive coordinator, one of the, you know, biggest franchises in the NFL. I mean, like that rise to fame just almost feels unearned in a way, you know. And so I mean, I can see where people could look at this and say, you know, you're taking a swing. Maybe he is the next hot thing, and he's a mini genius. But man, this could easily blow up.
You gotta stop giving out.
It isn't. And there's no one to support him. There is no one. Right. Nick cannot help him. Nick cannot be like, "Don't worry, dude, I got your back on this play calling stuff." You can't help him.
Let's just stop giving out participation awards, okay? That's what it looked like to me. You know, you
go back to Andy Reid, right? Go back to Andy Reid. Nobody didn't know who the heck he was. He was a quarterback coach for Brett Favre, and you know how I feel about Brett Favre. But they made him the head coach. And we like, who the hell is this? Who is Andy Reid? And here we go, 15, 16 years later. Nobody didn't know anything about him. I'm like, you didn't. Did you know anything about him? I didn't know anything about him. You know, when
I didn't, but I'm not sure. Well, how long was Andy Reid coaching before he got to that point? So he was
I don't know if he was coaching.
Well, he was
quarterback's coach.
He was under Green Bay when
because he was on Hogan, right?
Hogan was there.
Yeah, so I mean, he got
a ring. He got a ring there.
So Mannion has been around McVay and Shanahan. So what's the and those are both geniuses. I mean, so what's the big thing compared to when Andy Reid came with Mike Holmgren?
Yeah, he wasn't coaching, like he was a player under some of those guys. So let's clear that up. He wasn't a coach under those guys. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you guys this. So who then makes the decision? You brought up Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, obviously AJ Brown. Who makes a decision now on whether they stay or go? Is that Howie? Is that Sean Mannion now? So it seems like Mannion.
Got to be Howie.
It's got to be Howie.
Yeah.
It's got to be, because I think, like I said, it goes all the way back to Chip. Because Howie wouldn't have been here. Howie got demoted from general manager and made Chip the general manager. Howie's not going to let that go again. That's just who I am.
So does Mannion go to him and say, "I want AJ on this team. I can work with him," and then Howie says yes?
I don't know. Yeah. Whatever it is, keep Nick Sirianni out of it. That's all.
Yeah. Playoff, I think questionable. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think especially with that schedule they had. All right.
Yeah, that too. That's
we got a tough schedule, but
yeah.
All right, let's move on. Pro Bowl game, guys. This is getting ridiculous. Why have this thing? I mean,
why are we talking about this? Can we go to the next subject, please?
You know,
why are we talking
names on? Let's just get it over with. Like,
I think I only watched like 5 minutes of it.
You watched 5 minutes?
I saw, yeah.
You can't
It
get
was
that
on.
back, Mike.
Sal,
It
you know
was
what I saw?
on. I saw the introductions. As you know, just
All
to
I
see who actually
saw
made it.
was the flag football for the girls. That
Hard.
was it. I didn't even see nothing else.
And Jalen's walking like into the end zone doing a fake tush. I mean, come on.
Well, I take and you on the YouTube shorts, I did see Jalen, and then somebody put the caption, Jalen's having a great time, and he's kind of like jogging. They all came with a slow motion fake push tush over throwing.
What? It's a joke, man.
Like I was trying to play last week, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, seriously.
Just don't have it. Just name the players.
Yeah, I agree, Sal. Now, how about just get rid of it?
Yeah. I mean, Michael Parsons was there because he was just driving around in the cart, you know, because he tore his ACL, so he's out there with the cart driving around and whatnot.
I didn't even see that, man.
It's joke, man. Did they even have a crowd? Did you pay attention, Mike, when you was looking at it, Mike and Dre? Did they even have a crowd?
I think it was friends and family. I don't know. It wasn't crowded. I mean, it was people there, but
the camera was zoomed in to the field, so there's probably nobody there.
Yeah.
It's an AI must have took over. That's probably what happened. You know what I mean? That's probably what you saw in the crowd.
5 minutes you can't get back with the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah. Like I said, I saw the introduction of the players. My wife was just like, "Oh, those guys are going to play in the flag football." I was like, "No, they just showing everybody who just got nominated." But I mean, look, I mean, they got $100,000 just for the winning team and $50,000 for the losing team. I mean,
the score.
I mean, $50,000 to play flag football. I mean, shoot.
Do a fake tush push and run around the outside. $50,000. Here you go.
Yeah. I don't even get on this, man. It's this crazy, Sal.
All right, moving on.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, what was the score? I saw the final score. That's about it.
Yeah.
Mike, I didn't even see that.
Like I didn't see
I saw the next day because I was curious who won, just to see who actually got $100,000 and who got $50,000 in the NFC one. And then the way the article was I was just gonna say the way the article was written, they're like Jalen Hurts and who was the other quarterback for the NFC? They was like, oh, they lit it up and was like all this, like it was like glowing like write up about the whole thing. I was like, they were playing flag football. They were like they had like a real game.
Yeah.
Next.
It's going to be like the NBA. They'll be picking their own teams.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
That too, man. The whole NBA All-Star, please stop.
I don't know.
All right, moving on. Super Bowl predictions, guys. Let's get into it. Patriots and Sea Chickens. Mike, I saw a thing on social media. They're like, sorry, 49ers fan. They showed the stadium with the Seahawks, label in the end zone, and they were busting on 49er fans and all that stuff. But it is what it is. Games in San Francisco, fellas. Probably a lot of Seattle fans, I would imagine. Maybe more than New England because New England's got to travel a little farther. But pretty much a home game, I would think, for Seattle. I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll start with Jermaine. Who pulls it out?
I really don't care. I'm not. On my way home, my son was asking me. He's like, "Are we watching the Super Bowl?" I was like, "You can watch it." No, I'm not watching it. I mean, I'll look in and out. I really don't care. It's just, I can see that this would probably be the lowest rating Super Bowl in history. That's just how I feel. I mean, just looking at it and no telling. Who knows? The lights might go out, and then they cancel the Super Bowl. Remember that one year they did, the lights went out and stuff. So I don't know. I at this point I can really care less. I don't have a winner or a loser. It doesn't matter.
So you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's just worth my bedtime, man. Look, he's talking about go to bed time early. Yeah, I wake up and watch the highlights, and the highlights that give me the whole game or the Super Bowl. Then, hey, yeah, I watched it. I watched it on ESPN.
Mike, who you think?
Yeah, I know we picked some guys last week. I haven't changed, honestly. I haven't watched anything this week to even change my mind. Like, I haven't watched ESPN this week and really paid attention to the Super Bowl. Like, seeing like an injury report and be like, oh man, that could change the game. Or hear somebody get interviewed, be like, oh man, they're dialed in. I don't know, maybe that's the team to watch. It's just been like, ugh. And and they've done a lot of different events that actually kind of sound pretty neat. I mean, they've got a lot of stars. They got a lot of players who contributed. I mean, even players on my team. I mean, Fred Warner and Kyle Shanahan are going to be on the pregame show for the Super Bowl. And, you know, I love those guys. And I want to watch it. At the same time, I'm just kind of like, I don't want to watch them sit there and talk about the Seahawks. It's like, damn them. You know?
That's like
excited to me.
Salt in your wounds.
Yeah. But it's just been a weird – it's like the matchup that the NFL really just didn't want, you know, and that's why I kind of keep going back to the best scenario for this is really the Patriots to win, and it's only because you need. I know Sam Darnold. I know sure we had like 1,000 text messages about this whole thing, but you know, it's just the Sam Darnold story. If he wins, it's going to be forgotten next year. And I'm sorry, it's going to be forgotten. And it's like if Drake May wins, then the narrative would be like he's the next up and coming, there's the future for the league. You know, Sam is just going to be the guy who just happened to be in the right set of circumstances with a great defense and a great special teams, and just happened to have a perfect season. It ain't gonna ever happen again. And it's just, the Patriots need to win, but you know the Seahawks are going to win just because they got I think better team, better balance. But who knows? I mean, I really don't know.
You're right, Mike. I mean, like years before, not just because the Eagles were in the Super Bowl 2 out of the 5 years or whatever. You know what I mean? But you at least heard some type of advertisement or some type of marketing gig. I didn't hear nothing at all. You know what I mean? And as far as, you know, you look on your social media, they really didn't hype this. They really didn't hype this thing up unless I totally just missed it. You know, I really didn't see a lot of stuff. I don't know about you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't. You know? It's been quiet. It's
it's weird. I mean, they're star players, you know, but it just, I mean, Vrabel got Coach of the Year, you know. I mean, they had the awards this week, but it just I don't know. It's just a weird feeling to this whole thing. Like it should have been different teams. Like if the Rams were in it, I think people would be more excited because of Stafford and McVay, and you know maybe it's a familiarity thing. You know, it's like you know people was like, oh, I'm sick of the Chiefs over and over again, but you got that kind of feeling with the Jordan and the Bulls or Steph Curry and the Warriors, where it's like, oh man, who's gonna step up to take down the champs now? You know, and it's now that the Chiefs aren't anywhere around and the Eagles aren't anywhere around, and you got two no-name teams who haven't had years of being close to being to the Super Bowl that they finally get, or they came out of nowhere. You know, and I think that's maybe also part of it. It's like this would have been like Josh Allen and the Bills. If they had been to the Super Bowl, everyone, I mean, it would have been the talk of the town. Finally, they did it, you know? Even if they lose the Super Bowl, it's still getting there. Because it's just like, finally, you know, this is like, you know, it don't feel earned. You know, it just feels like flash in the pan, two teams that came out of nowhere.
Well, Dre called it. Dre called it when he's talking about, wait, it's been a weird season. It's not with just Philly. It's just for the whole NFL season. And now we're talking about New England and Seattle. So it can't get any weirder than that. You know what I mean? And especially if Seattle pulls it out and wins. That's going to be like, okay, well, who called that? You know what I mean?
Half the only person who called it, honestly. But you know, but ironically, it's like, but at the same time, you know, they were the number one seed, and the Patriots in you know, they weren't the number one, but they were right there with the Broncos to be number one. So I mean, in that sense, the right teams are probably in the game. It's just don't feel like it's an exciting game. And it might be a really good game. It might be real competitive, but I don't know. I mean, it's a lot on the Super Bowl that just don't feel right. I got a feeling the commercials are going to suck. You know, the you see lots of commercials
over the last few years. They've been
they have not been great. You know,
they have been
a couple
great
to make you chuckle.
Or some just make you scratch your head like, what the heck? This is a car commercial?
Like I saw they did a recap of commercials. I was talking about it, where it's like the 20th best commercials. And some of them were pretty funny, but of course you got like the Budweiser, the What's Up. I mean, we going there for years. Man, it was one commercial where the guy had a stain on his shirt and it was for Tide. He was doing a job interview and he was talking and the stain was talking at the same time. Oh man, it's just like, you know, so I gotta find that and show you guys. But man, it just don't feel. It's just strange. That's all I can say. It's just strange.
Yeah, this is a strange one. I don't know if this is going to be like you said, guys, a low scoring game, or will it be like a got to win with the touchdown to win the Super Bowl. But it's almost to the point where it might be a high scoring game. I mean,
shootout.
it could be.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, Drake May, he's showing that he can do it. But can he go against Seattle's pressure defense?
Yeah.
And then JSN and Cooper Cup. I'm sorry. Yeah. Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Cup, yeah.
And some other guys. And if Sam Darnold can see the Matrix, he might, he might go all out.
You might see the ghost of God. How about that?
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he has to show that he is a good quarterback, that he has to win a Super Bowl. It might even be the MVP of the Super Bowl. Now we all know that Matthew Stafford is the MVP of the season, and I think that was a pretty good. I agree with that. I agree with that. So Sal, make a long story short, I'll take Seattle. I think over New England, but it's not gonna be easy. I think Drake May and them gonna really fight.
Yeah,
I like Vrabel. I like Vrabel though.
I do too.
As a coach,
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like him, and you said Sal, we had a chance of getting him before Sirianni, right? Yeah,
we did, and I thought he would have been a great choice if they could have somehow pried him away. I thought he would have been a real good choice.
He was still hired before Sirianni. I mean, they would have had to give up something. He was still with the Titans.
He was.
All right. I thought he was. I thought he was fine.
Yeah,
okay.
But I mean, they could have.
Yeah.
I really liked him. So
basically, if we never made it to the Super Bowl against Kansas City, then we probably would have got him. We would have fired Nick.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be a matter of which defense plays better and can get a stop at the last minute, because I think both offenses are really, really good. So I think it's going to come down to defenses and who can get that last stop. I do think, as much as I hope that New England probably wins it, I have a funny feeling it is going to be Seattle. I think Seattle just has a little bit of an edge with defense and maybe a little more with special teams. So we'll go with Seattle for now. And if they win it, then next year, we'll see what happens. If they can, retain some of their, key players. I think they're in pretty good shape, free agency wise, cap wise. So they're doing okay there. They might have to sign Sam if he does win. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him.
Yeah.
Well,
they have him. It's just they have to probably redo his deal, because they gave him a 2-year deal. But it wasn't a bad deal, but it was definitely it wouldn't have hurt if he had went bad. They could cut it and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. So I'm sure if Sam wins the Super Bowl, his agent will be calling and saying we're going to have to bump up that salary. And that's when the challenges for teams start. When you got to start paying a quarterback and you can't pay other players, and you see what you're really made of.
Yeah, and it kind of is a nice segue into what we're going to do here in a second. Though, user says the only thing I saw was that if Sam won the Super Bowl to make him elite. So we'll talk about that. What do you guys think if he does make the Super Bowl elite?
I have to say hell no for me. That's me.
I can't. You can't say that, because if you're going to say that, then you got to say, what's his name from the Ravens? Flacco. Is he elite? I mean, because I feel as though he's Darnold's on the same tier as Flacco, and then who's the other guy when the Ravens had that nasty defense? Trent Dilfer. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, to some degree, I gotta say even Jalen Hurts is kind of the same.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But, for me, Katie will agree with that, but I feel
I'm very intrigued. That's why I like football, man. Like, you got these players who come out of high ranking in the draft, some flop, and then some just take off, or you got ones all the way down, like last pick, like Tom Brady, and became the GOAT. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not saying I'm like, oh, Sam Darnold, all this and everything, but it's really interesting how he's making progress. And the elite word is very big title to hold. But I'll play devil's advocate here and say, like, well, if he does win the Super Bowl, he already took 2 teams with over 14 wins, Minnesota and this team. why can't you say that he's better than Josh Allen? Why can't you say he's better than Lamar Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
in the scheme of things, Dre, let me ask you a question. When it's all said and done, so say if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, okay?
Yep.
So say if there was 2 free agents, you know what I mean, and you had to pick one, would you pick Josh Allen or Sam Darnold?
I would pick Josh Allen.
I'm just saying to build a team. I mean,
Yeah, I would pick Josh Allen, but I don't know, man. It's like I want to go back in time and look at Kurt Warner's career. Trent Dilfer went down in the Rams. Here comes this grocery boy. That's what he was. He was packing groceries. He was a grocery boy. Nobody knew who the hell Kurt Warner was. They won a Super Bowl. Does everybody still taking him serious the following year? No. And all of a sudden, he became the freaking light of turf, you know, with those Isaac Bruce and Terry Holt and Marshall Faulk. I mean, that team was unbelievable, taking a grocery boy. So he could. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot to it. I mean, it's a team sport, right? So I mean, it's the players around you help make that. It's the coaching around you. And I think that's where Sam Darnold, you know, right now is benefiting. You know, his 2 best years are honestly when he's had 2 of the best coaches around him. I mean, he had Kevin O'Connell last year, and then he had Clint Kubiak and Mike McDonald this year. So yeah, when he was with the Jets and with Carolina, and when he was San Francisco, he had good coaching. I think he learned a lot. I think that gave him the opportunity to go to Minnesota. But you know, until he started getting around a different culture, then you know he was floundering. But to me, I think it's still that you know what do we think of as an elite quarterback? You know, and to me,
that's a great question. Yes, and that's what we're doing here. Let's set the rule real quick because we talked about this, Mike. Are we going to put this here say elite that you have? You know, you got to have rings.
Oh, I mean, the guys on this list. I mean, I think only one of them got rings, and that's Jalen Hurts.
Okay, right. That's Jalen Hurts. Right.
Yeah, I know.
So is Jalen elite?
No, I don't think
is he better than Josh Allen? Is he better than Lamar? Is he better than
no?
You see what I'm saying? So we got to establish what is elite. I mean, take away the rings.
I mean, to me, elite is I'd look at it and I just say, look, an elite quarterback to me is the kind of guys I look at and I say, I don't know how they did that play. I don't know how they made that. I don't know how they won that game. You know, when a coach is asked, what happened, coach, when they lose, and they say, oh, well, they got that guy on the other side of the field. To me, that's when I know you're elite, you know, and I've seen people say that. I've seen people, you know, be like, what happened? Well, they got Aaron Rodgers. You know, and that's the only reason they lost. You know, the coach will admit it. He's like, yeah, we lost because they got Aaron Rodgers and we don't. You know, or they got Josh Allen or they got Lamar Jackson. And that's, to me, what makes, I think, when you're an elite quarterback, that doesn't mean you got a bunch of rings. You probably should have rings, but, you know, we see.
well, hold on. You got to put Patrick Mahomes, you got to put Matthew Stafford, and you got to put Jalen Hurts in the league.
No,
I don't put Jalen Hurts in the league.
I don't put him.
He won a ring, though, right?
But the ring doesn't make you elite. I mean, you saw him play elite for one game, but not the whole entire season, especially not seasons. We've seen Matt Stafford and Josh Allen and these guys for years go out and play at a high level, at a level where we've constantly have been like, man, I don't know how the heck that guy did that. And they just do it. You know, we've never seen Jalen Hurts. We still constantly look at Jalen Hurts and say, man, I wish this guy would step up and actually take over a game. He never does. You know?
I agree. I agree. But I know
it's not rings. To me,
okay, then I'm the one saying it has to be rings, and that's what I'm saying. So then if you do that, then people who has not won an AFC championship and all that, put Lamar, they're elite. Put Josh Allen as elite.
Half of these quarterbacks on here, it doesn't have rings.
More than half. I mean, really.
It's only 3. It's only 3. Put Patrick Mahomes down. He has a ring. This is what I'm talking about.
No.
But this is what I was
If you
talking
have
about.
a ring, he has a ring. Look, if you're talking about a conversation about who's in the Hall of Fame, who's the greatest of all time, like we do in basketball, and it's like, oh yeah, well, but Ewing didn't have a ring, so he's great, but he's not going to be up there with Michael and Steph and Kobe and everybody because them guys got rings. In that conversation, yeah, but in terms of the now, who's an elite quarterback based on how they play, that conversation, the top 4 guys you got there are all elite. They're all like Jermaine said, if any one of them was a free agent, if their team were to cut them loose, you would guarantee 31 other teams would call them right away and instantly be like, dude, I want you on my team. I don't care who my quarterback is. That's the guy I'm saying about when I was texting you about Sam Darnold. I'm just kind of like, Sam Darnold got cut tomorrow after winning the Super Bowl. I guarantee you Kyle Shanahan's not going to call him and say, I'm getting rid of Brock Purdy for you. No. Jerry Jones going to get rid of Dak Prescott for him. No. Harry Roseman going to get rid of Jalen Hurts for Sam Darnold. No. The only teams that would call him would be the teams that need a quarterback like the Raiders because they know that Sam's not an elite quarterback. It hasn't been enough of a proven record of him playing at a high level to become that. So that's how I feel about it.
Well, this might be the first year,
right,
Mike? This might be the first year, for him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got 4 categories here, guys. Elite, baller. I think they're pretty self-explanatory. Staller means like they are what they are. They're not going to get any better. Probably not going to get much worse. Faller, they're done. Pretty much, they're dropping off. So let's talk about a few of these guys and where we're going to put them. I think these were the obvious ones.
Start from the bottom, Sal, and then get all the garbage out of here, and then work your way up.
Well, yeah, we're not going to have time to probably do.
Oh, okay. I
was going to cherry pick a couple of these. What about this guy?
Who?
Dak.
Staller.
You think he's a baller? You think Dak's with I get it.
He hasn't really improved. Like you said, he's a
staller. Not even a staller. Not even like he's a good quarterback. But I mean, look at his numbers.
He can still be a good quarterback and still be a staller.
Yes, he was accurate this year. He finally got that down. He got his 10 interceptions.
Baller or caller?
I put baller. I mean, I like Brock.
Really?
I can't sit up here and think that Dak Prescott's not as good of a quarterback as Jalen Hurts.
He's got better numbers than Hurts. I know he has a Super Bowl.
Even outside of the numbers, I mean, just how he plays. I mean, hell, he actually throws the damn ball.
I looked at the numbers, and he, believe it or not, he has the only difference was that he had a higher percentage, and Dak did in quarterback percent rating than Jalen did, and he had more 300-yard games than Jalen. But that was his last year. I mean,
but the year before he played well. I mean, I don't know if he's ever had a down year in terms of how he plays. He's
a staller. Was that what I just said?
No, I mean, Baker Mayfield was,
Baker Mayfield was a staller.
He was throwing interceptions left and right this year.
Staller.
I think he's a baller. We see him I think baller is a guy who can play at an elite level, just doesn't consistently play elite. And these guys, we've seen Baker really go out and pull some stuff, but he just doesn't do it consistently enough.
What about Joe Burrow, guys? Where do we throw him?
Damn,
staller.
Think he's a staller?
Yeah,
staller.
I almost feel like he's an asterisk, man, because when he's on the field, he's not. When he's on the field, he's a baller, but he's not on the field enough.
Yeah, so he's a staller. That's what it's saying. I mean, he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy.
All right. I'll say staller because of the health. Yeah.
All right, guys. I know we're probably gonna put CJ Stroud. I'm thinking here.
Yeah,
he only had 1 year. His rookie year. That was it.
Yeah, his rookie year.
That was it.
He's falling, man.
It's sad. That's sad to say.
Put golf as a baller or staller. I mean, he might be in between.
Golf is a baller.
Yeah. I say baller. I see him doing up. Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me just pull out a couple here. Trevor Lawrence.
He's rising.
Think a baller?
A baller?
No.
1 year staller.
1 year, no.
Staller. Right. He can move up, but I'm still staller.
Yeah, he can move him. Yeah, he's on the rise. I think he's on the rise more than Joe Burrow. At least he's healthy. You know what I mean? So
Your boy Aaron Rodgers, I'm assuming faller.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know why he's on here.
Why is he even on the list?
Yeah. Retired.
Let's talk about this guy. This guy's interesting from Washington. What do you think?
Oh my God, man.
Really?
Staller. Yeah, he's Staller.
You think RG Daniels, Staller?
He's Staller, but
it's
he's
hard
fading.
to evaluate it, but right now
fading.
I gotta say Staller just because
Can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he's fading real fast though. If he can't have a healthy season this year, then you gotta move him down to faller. You know,
Drake
just
May,
because of
guys?
his health.
Drake
I say
May.
baller.
Drake's a baller.
I think
Not elite yet.
I saw pretty good play this year.
No elite. Hell no.
No.
Sal said Drake May. Elite.
No. But he's played well. I mean, out of the rookie young quarterbacks, he's really turning. And again, Josh McDaniels, I think coaching.
All right, hold on. Put up Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love.
I think he's a staller myself.
I think so too.
I don't think he's really.
Staller.
I think he's gotten much better.
Danny Dimes.
I don't know about that.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Staller. Maybe
Staller.
the rise of his
Staller, man. Ain't no rise over nothing, man. Come on.
No, he could be Staller. Because he didn't play. He got hurt in the middle of the season.
Jermaine, he's the rise of a staller.
I tell you, the guy I'm most puzzled on this list about, honestly, is the one in the middle, and that's Justin Herbert. Because I've seen him, and I feel like he's a baller, but there really is. He's like Staller, man.
He can't ride.
I hate to say
put
that.
A team on his back. I'm almost thinking that he could be almost close to Josh Allen. You may have to move Josh Allen down to Staller, man. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I look at Staller and Hubert almost the same, almost one of a kind.
I was actually a little heated in that. Like, why would you put him up there?
Yeah, that's what
I think he's elite. No, man,
he's not elite.
You just said if the dude was a free agent, who would you take? I mean,
I know
if Josh Allen got cut tomorrow, there's no team that's not going to at least call him and say, "Are you interested?" Justin Herbert, I can see that some teams would be like, "Nah, I would pass on him," but there's no team that's going to pass on Josh Allen. So I gotta say he's elite. Because I just know other teams value him that much.
You gotta move Lamar down to baller. He's not elite.
I think he's elite.
Thank you.
Nah,
both of them need to be moved
down. He's a baller.
I think the elite.
And then Patrick.
So I think it's the same conversation. If he got cut tomorrow, everyone will call.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody will call.
You're right.
Everybody will call.
All right. So he's still a baller. He's still a baller.
Mike, you're right. They'll call him. But what happens toward the end of the season? Oh, we're out of the playoffs. Okay.
He's a baller, man. Patrick Mahomes is right behind him too. He's going to be a baller next year too.
Like I said at the beginning of this conversation, for me it's rings, man. So those guys got to fall down.
Tua, guys.
Come on,
that's a faller.
Tua?
That's faller.
Man, Kyler Murray. But come on,
is there something worse than faller?
Kyler Murray out here.
Is there something worse than faller? Like Abyss?
JJ McCarthy, faller. Can we finally pull him away, man? What do you think of
Caleb is the one, another interesting one.
Caleb is interesting, yeah, and so is Young. I don't know. Do with
Who?
him.
Who
Caleb.
Is that? Caleb?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Caleb's a baller.
No.
No.
So Brett Favre is a baller too, I guess, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
I think he's a baller. I'm sorry. I think I saw enough of Caleb Williams. That's with that arm. The throws he made.
Yeah, okay.
He's not gonna get elite. He's not gonna get
baller.
He's gonna have.
Who's that?
Cam.
No.
Who?
No.
Bryce?
Bryce Young. No.
Oh, it's Bryce Young.
Yeah, I'm about to say Cam. What the
Sorry, Bryce Young.
That's Bryce Young. Yeah, Bryce Young is staller.
Yeah, he's a staller.
He's improved because he wasn't faller, but now he's better. Yeah.
And Caleb, I think they're right where they should be.
For now.
Let's
Michael,
for Pinkston. From Atlanta.
Yeah, he's a baller. I mean, he's a staller. So he's a staller.
Penix, staller.
Can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I think he's close to a faller myself. But
Dart.
He's a baller. He's a baller if he could get
Dart's
right.
A baller?
If he could get right. If he could get right and stay, you know what I mean? He's a baller.
He got some moxie. I think, I agree. I can go with that.
Tua? Oh, Tua's down there? Okay. Call the concussions Dart's about to get.
Yeah. I think we know where to put this guy.
Who is that?
Fields, Justin Fields.
Justin
Oh,
Fields.
come on now.
Why is
How's
he
he even up there?
It should be
Now I'm trying to
Tyrone.
figure out who these last guys are.
Wait, whoa. Justin
That's
Herbert.
Herbert.
Man. You got to put Herbert up.
Which one?
I'll put Herbert as a staller.
This
I'll put
one's Herbert?
staller. Here's to
gotta
say
be
that. But I'll
staller.
say staller.
Caller, and put Josh Allen down there too.
He's Staller, we're saying?
Cause man, he can't get over the top. He can't get.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think that's to categorize you just because you're losing the playoffs to the other guys that are all in the elite category. I mean,
Why? What other guys? He didn't lose to them. He didn't lose to them
except for this year,
I mean,
but all the rest of the other years, other than this year.
the only one I really agree with is Stafford being an elite. He's just a quiet assassin.
I can't believe you can't put Mahomes, who's got like 4 of the last 5.
I get it, but he's really dropping the ball. That's his mind.
Yeah, Gino.
One big year.
Gino. What is Gino?
Why's Gino even there? I'm sorry.
I can't even doubt
Shador's gonna
Mahomes
be a
after
star.
one bad year. You ain't learned your lesson. All them years you kept talking
There you go,
Mahomes is so
Sal.
bad.
Done.
You saw
No, he's a staller.
live in the
man.
flesh. You saw
He's a
live in the
staller.
flesh.
Please.
Shador's a staller, man. Don't do that. Don't do that to him, Sal.
Who? Shador?
Shador, yeah.
He's a faller, Shador.
Oh man, no, and you still
Alright.
got to give Cam. Cam's a staller too. He's just a rookie, dude.
Cam, I think is a staller. I cannot. I personally can't go higher
Two
than
is
Faller
in-
for Shador. I'm
Two
sorry,
is
I can't.
staller in the toilet staller.
Nah, Shador's a staller, man. You gotta give him a shot. You gotta give him a shot, man. You
Oh,
gotta give him a
I
shot.
can't
Nah,
do
he
it.
ain't no.
No, don't
no,
do that. No,
He's a
don't.
baller.
Just
He's
put
a
him up.
baller.
Put him in
He's a
Alright.
baller.
I would have KD calling me up in 2 seconds if I did that.
I
Oh
think
my
Jalen's
God.
taller myself, but all right.
This is the only question mark, guys.
No, he's
Yeah,
equal,
he's a
equal with Josh
baller.
Allen. He's
He's
equal
a
with Josh
baller.
Allen.
He's definitely a baller.
We got to really understand the definition.
I disagree.
The definition of elite.
I disagree. That's me. But I can see your argument of Lamar being a
Why
baller
is Sam
more than elite,
Darnold-
but definitely not Josh Allen.
Why is Sam Darnold a baller?
Why not?
Why not? No other quarterback took 2 teams over 14 wins in 2 years.
All right, it's
back
like,
to back.
all right, 14. Oh, okay.
Man,
All right.
no, I abstain.
Baker,
I'm not
I
gonna say
agree.
nothing.
Okay, well,
Bo Nix,
I know how you
agree.
feel, Mike, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel about Josh Allen. So here we go.
Brock Purdy, I agree. Dak, yeah, I agree. The ballers, all because of Darnold, I don't agree. Stallers, yeah, they're all. That's all.
Sal
That's all
feels
legit. That's all
Sal feels
legit.
that Jalen is a staller.
I feel it.
I have
here.
Jalen is not a Jalen.
I think he's a staller. I can
I
see
think
the
so
argument
too,
for that.
man.
Nah.
I think so too.
All right, well, look, then put Josh down there as a baller.
I
mean,
agree.
yeah.
I told you. I don't want
Yeah, I
Josh
know,
up
but
there.
Mike
I told
doesn't.
you.
Nah, I'm not putting. No, I've seen Josh Allen play all year. No, the guy, he makes things happen. Lamar, I can
All
see.
right, so say that. Okay. All right.
Jalen does not make things happen. You
Yeah,
guys
he
talk
does.
about Jalen for over and over and over again. The guy doesn't create nothing.
He
Never creates
All
anything.
right.
You know,
I
he's followed the script.
Interesting
You know,
he should be a
conversation. I knew
baller.
this was going to happen.
Move up. Yeah, you gotta
all the
move
ballers,
Jalen.
all the guys are ballers. The guys I've seen
Then
actually
you know
create
what?
something. They
Yeah,
create
then
the
you
play.
got Darnold. No, man, you can't put the. What has Darnold done for
Well,
Seattle?
Darnold doesn't.
He hasn't
No.
done nothing. So you got to put Darnold down as staller. If you're gonna put Jalen down there, it's not right. Why you gonna have Darnold? That's total disrespect, Sal. That is total disrespect.
I'm with you on that,
That's-
Jermaine. I don't think Darnold is a baller yet, but I mean, if he,
Then-
if
then
he
put
really
Sam
does show up in
Darnold
the
down as
Super Bowl, I will
staller.
have a different take.
I think Jalen's a staller.
Huh?
Then
But
put
then
Sam
you gotta
Darnold.
put-
Sam
look,
Darnold's a staller.
Then you got to put Darnold down as a staller.
Yeah,
You
he's a
can't do that,
staller.
man. You can't do that.
Is
There's
Darnold
not enough
do
room.
That's
There's not enough.
Oh, we got enough room, man. Take off. We got some guys in the installer that's got to go.
Two ways a faller and the toilet staller. I like that.
Yeah.
And where's it? Is he a game manager or a game changer? That's a good point. Sorry, I was losing the board, so I couldn't see the chat here, guys. But
Well, I put it up on the screen. Yeah.
yeah, it's an interesting conversation. I don't know if we can save that. I'll have to see if I
And
can.
I agree with what user says. The eyeball test is a big piece of being elite, and it is. It's just
I
the
can
stuff
figure
you
it
see.
out. Yeah.
That's really it. You've seen some of these guys just make some amazing plays, and not everyone could do that. And they just don't do it once in the blue moon. They do it so often. That's the reason why I consider them elite.
It's about consistency. If you're doing it consistently and you're bringing it week after week, you take care of the football and you run the offense efficiently, that's where you become an elite quarterback. So you look at Dan Marino, he never won a Super Bowl. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl, but he's a pretty darn good quarterback. He ran the offense.
Ryan is an elite.
So what's that?
Well, reason user saying that Matty Ice,
Matty Ice.
they won, won the MVP, won the Super Bowl. Well, they didn't win.
I could say it's 28-3.
Yeah, definitely.
You let that go.
He let that go.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, Tom Brady wouldn't allow that stuff.
Yeah.
Again, there was another elite quarterback, right? He lost to another elite quarterback.
Kirk Cousins.
It happens that way. There's elite guys, and then there's still better elite guys. As for Josh Allen and Lamar,
then we need to. You know what? What we need to do is add elite. You got the elite and then elite A. How about that?
What?
Elite, you have elite, and then you have elite A, the letter A, or elite B, or elite B,
or plus.
I would say diamond and put
Patrick
Mahomes,
there you go,
Patrick Mahomes and diamond.
Yeah, I put Mahomes in diamond. He's not. I don't feel as though he's going to drop. That's just how I feel. Next year when it comes, I think he's going to drop.
If he doesn't have the cast around him, he might.
No.
I don't know. They've done it, we've seen him do it without a cast, but what'll really show how elite he is if he's able to come back. Maybe not next year, but because maybe Brady had a down year. But they came back and then rattled off 3 more Super Bowls after everyone was like, "Oh, Patriots finally done." And then what happened? Just. But yeah, all that elite talk still goes back to you got to have other players around you. Most elite quarterbacks had an elite receiver or elite running back or elite something else, a tight end. They had elite coaches. It's like it all just works out. That everything around you is that
Brady
level.
didn't. Brady didn't. He didn't have an elite wide receiver.
He sure did.
He had Josh McDaniels, the best offensive coordinator, who could pick any freaking player and make an offense around them. He could make Randy Moss and have a downfield offense. He could take Corey Dillon and have a run attack. He could take Hernandez and take Gronk and have a 2 tight end offense. He could make any offense out of Swiss cheese. I mean, when you have a guy like that.
All right, so is Tom Brady elite or is it Josh McDaniels elite? How about that?
They're both elite. Again, it's just that whole. It's like Joe Montana. Everyone's like he's the greatest quarterback. And yeah, Joe was a great quarterback. He did have the best wide receiver to many people in history with Jerry Rice.
That's a good point, Jermaine. Because if Tom Brady got drafted last pick to the Jets, would he be a GOAT today? Probably not.
No, he would never saw the field. He almost didn't see the field. What's the name didn't get hurt?
When Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah, but I mean that was fate.
But that's that whole other podcast about what makes the quarterback, the coaching, because he was just an average Joe from Michigan, last pick.
Yeah.
I mean he was good.
He got into a great system.
Yeah. Great system, good quarterback. Good just the whole thing around him. Because
I said that about Aaron Rodgers. I told you, man, I said, who the hell is Aaron Rodgers? I said after Brett Favre, who the hell is this Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I knew he was.
He ain't gonna do anything.
Aaron Rodgers almost was Alex
slipped.
Smith.
He slipped all the way down in the track.
Yeah, because San Francisco didn't take him; they took Alex Smith, and I was mad about it at that time. I was like, I had a guy who somebody, Alex Smith, he can, he's smarter. I was just like, yeah, but you can just look at the film clips and see that Aaron Rodgers is more just explosive. He's just a baller. Alex Smith looked like a guy, the game manager. I mean, he had an all right career eventually, but you can see Aaron Rodgers was just different, you know?
Well, good conversation, guys, for sure. Hey, let us know what you think about these quarterbacks. What makes a quarterback elite? Enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. You can contact us about that. Or check us out on our social media and leave some comments there. We are Enough Said Crew. Our handle is on Twitter, obviously YouTube. Sign up and subscribe. And then, of course, we're also on the major channels like TikTok as well. You can check us out, iHeartRadio and all those Apple, podcast channels, all the major channels you can check us out on. Hey, shout out to the Enough Said podcast. Great show tonight, guys. And All Dressed Up podcast. We usually have those guys on. They got tied up tonight, but they had a great show last week. They're going to be back next week at 9:00. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out too. And we got one more show left, guys. Next week, we get to laugh at ourselves and with the predictions because it was a wild year for sure. Our predictions are going to be all over the place. So we looked at them, I remember halfway through the season, and it was like, good Lord. So it's going to be interesting next week, fellas, to see what we come up with. But enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy the game, fellas. And if you watch it, I know Jermaine said he's going to be for sure. Jermaine's going to be glued to his TV. I can tell right now. He's going to be fired up.
My eyes closed.
Now, I'll make a score prediction.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. What's your
32-28. Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle?
Yep.
Putting up 32 points against New England's D. Okay.
Yep.
I think it's
Because they are going to get a defensive touchdown.
I feel it's going to be lower than that because I think the jitters they're not going to be wide open to the second half, and then that's when the points are going to come. So if anything, like I said, I ain't watching it. If I'm going to predict, they're probably like 17-10.
Okay.
Somebody's going to score 10 points. Yeah.
I'm going to say 28-24 Seattle. What do you got, Mike?
I can go with that 28-24.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see what happens, fellas. But enjoy the game, enjoy the week. Try to stay warm. It is ridiculous out there. We're gonna warm up hopefully this week. So, but see y'all on the flip side, guys.
All right, everybody.
All right. Later.
Yes,